Howdy folks, fellow YouTubers, it's Jesse James 50 Cal again, and today we are doing a shotgun episode. We're doing the Mossberg 930 JM Pro Series. This bad boy right here, semi-automatic shotgun. Yeah, picked it up for recreation and self-defense. Most people that are picking up this particular shotgun are getting it for skeets and clays and tree gun competitions, and that's not why I picked it up. I picked it up because it holds 10 shots, a semi-automatic shotgun, long barrel on it, and I can shoot skis, clays, recreation, and it's great for self-defense. But that's, kind of opinion, when it comes to gun world. A lot of people like those short barrels on the shotguns, good 16-inch for close quarters. I'm more of a big bore handgun, close quarters, and this is more of an outside defense for myself. But yeah, JM Pro Series. It's Jerry McCulloch. He's a guy that basically overlooked the design of this gun, got together with Mossberg, and created what he liked on it. You got a nice big pullback here on your action, get really quick when you're in a hurry, got your safety right on the top, so really fast for acquiring a target. Although, if you're going to install the old stocks that come down, more the combat stocks, pistol grip, that safety is not going to really work, or it will, but it'll just be kind of a pain in the ass because you're going to have to let go and get up there and unlock it. So maybe think of that beforehand if you're going to modify the gun. Put a little backup, just extra bullets in the back, some slugs for self-defense. It's 9 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, 10 altogether. This is a 24-inch barrel. This particular model comes in 22-inch, 24, and 28 to my knowledge. I got the 24 right between because I didn't want an extremely long hunting, shotgun barrel. But the 22-inch was one shell shy, so 8+1, and I wanted 9+1. So there you have it. I've went out and shot the gun 2 or 3 times. I put through probably a couple hundred shells through it. You're definitely going to want to clean this guy after about 250 shells. It's not like pump action. They require more cleaning. The piston, if it gets dirty, air can't really move in between it and whatnot, and you're going to start to have malfunctions right around 250, 300 rounds if you're shooting it. It wasn't easy to take down and clean, but it wasn't a huge pain in the ass either. I can't say there's too many videos online that were too specific about the trigger housing coming out and being put back in. That was kind of a pain in the butt. Most of the videos just kind of indicated before you take it out, and it doesn't do you much good once you see the videos, if you're already taking it out. But pretty basic. If you're having problems getting your slide, your action back in, take out the trigger housing, and it'll be that much easier. Other than that, maintenance for it was pretty straightforward, cut and dry. It has no problems feeding anything. Light loads, birdshot, buckshot, slugs. If you are new to shotguns in general, which most people are, a lot of people are buying new shotguns right now. They're not really familiar with the shots and loads of a shotgun. This particular shotgun takes 2 3/4 inch and 3-inch shells. These are 2 3/4 inch, and basically it's just a longer shell. When you're talking 2 3/4 inch, you're just talking a longer shell. The 3-inch, it's gonna be different for all guns, but all these guns have these little things written on the side here, and it literally gives you a heads up, guys. You got your 3/4 inch and 3-inch shells. If you have any doubt, just look on the gun, folks. It's gonna tell you what to shoot. Down here it's saying AccuChoke. What that's referring to is the choke that's built into the gun. Now, not all guns have chokes built into them. This one does, mainly because it's a skeet clay, kind of a gun, 3-gun competition. And you would literally take a little tool and unscrew this piece out right here. That's the choke. And what a choke is basically it constricts the barrel a little bit more narrow, so when your birdshot's coming out, it keeps it more together. And you have many different chokes that constrict it that much more. From an open cylinder to a full choke. We are going to do an episode on the differences in chokes and how much it spreads, and can use, if you run out of buckshot and slugs for self-defense, can you use birdshot with the right choke in there for self-defense? My opinion, yes, but we'll do a whole episode on that and show you how that works. And yeah, so if you're not familiar with the actual shots or loads of a shotgun or different types, you have 3 basics, and you got your birdshot here, which is basically going to be like BBs. And it's a good way of describing it to people that are not familiar with the different loads. And it goes from really small BBs to actual BB size. And birdshot, that's pretty much standard. And you got buckshot. This is a great visual for this because you have kind of a see-through. Buckshot is basically, oh boy, they look like ball bearings, but big, giant pieces of lead. So kind of like the birdshot, but much more serious. And you got literally 9 pieces in this guy. And it's basically like 9, oh boy, about 380 autos or 9 millimeters, you know, all in one. So the reason they call it buckshot is literally because this is designed for hunting bucks. It's that simple. But a lot of people caught on and said, that'd be great for self-defense too. And it definitely is. So buckshot will get the job done. That is a double-aught buck. That's just referring to the size of the balls inside. You can get smaller ones, you know, 12 piece, 13, but double-aught and triple-aught are pretty much the biggest. So triple-aught's gonna be a little bit bigger than this guy. And then last but not least, we have the Slug. It is literally just one giant piece of lead. And this is where it kind of stops here and goes all the way to the end. Everything back here is just plug and powder. This is great for shooting something with a shotgun that is a distance away. Hunting would be much more realistic, let alone hunting from something from a long ways away. You want penetration. A lot of security, police forces use this for, you know, blowing doors open, stuff like that. Obviously self-defense is gonna work too. But if you're not like the best of shots, you know, you're gonna hit that much easier with some buckshot. Even if you hit with 1 or 2 of these little guys in here, you're gonna hit your target and you're gonna stop them. This guy you might miss. So up close, I'm not gonna recommend either or, but I might veer towards this one, just saying. Especially if you're not a super, you know, a custom experienced shooter. This I would recommend. Slug is great, but you gotta really know what you're doing using this guy for self-defense. And also there's penetration factors. I mean, you hit somebody with this guy here, the Slug, it's gonna go right through them, maybe a quarter mile that way and hit somebody else. Probably not a good thing, so something to keep in mind. All right, that was enough talk. Let's do some shooting. All right, we're gonna load this guy up with some birdshot to begin with here. Yeah, loads up just like so. Pretty normal for a shotgun. Yeah, an extra box here, so this is fully loaded. This is all birdshot, folks. It's a good look of it right here. 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch, 6 shot. I can get this guy open. There we go. And it's gonna fit 9 in here, plus the one I already threw in the chamber. Ah, that's it right there. 10 altogether, folks. All right. Remember to get your ears on. And we are working with some very uneven ground today, folks. Our normal shooting spots were a little taken up, so this is a new one we're testing out today. All right. This here is the makeshift range, and I'll give you a little test performance with the Mossberg 930 Jam Pro can do. And maybe a can towards the middle. Easy going. Cycles through that birdshot, no problem. And normal sights on the gun, ones that come with it. I'll tell you what, man, you can't beat it, especially that longer barrel. The accuracy is great. Get that safety on, check that chamber. We're good to go for some more. Let's test out a couple of buckshot here. Alright guys, we got everything all set back up. We got some buckshot rolling here. I did want to give you a heads up when it comes to the semi-automatic guns. Shotguns, there's this thing called crimping on the end of the shell. And these are 2 examples of 2 completely different, I mean these are both 2 3/4 inch shells, but notice the difference in shape, or in length. They are the exact same length though. So that sounds a little weird. When it says 2 3/4 inch, 3 inch, it's referring to the shells completely opened up. I know it sounds strange, but that's the way they do it. What this means is the way they're crimping this, not many companies do this. You see how much room is being wasted with this crimp, right? It's all deep, that big old space. This isn't. Right? What that means is you're basically gonna be able to load one less shell into your shotgun because of that. Something to keep in mind. Let alone if you're, loading 3-inch shells into here, you're not gonna be able to load as many as you normally would. Just something to keep in mind, guys. So if you're like, it's broken, it won't work, well, not all shells are the same shape and size. So that's just the way it is, guys. I want to give you a heads up though. I didn't realize that at first, and it was kind of a eye opener. So yeah, here we go. This is the buckshot here. We're gonna give it a whirl. We got 2 different types. We got double-aught buck, and we got basically a little bit smaller than a double-aught buck, about a 12 shot versus the 9 shot. So got it mixed in there, won't make no difference. Yeah, we'll wrap these guys through. Got a target right up here in the center. See how much that spreads out, see what kind of damage we can do. All right, a little bit of buckshot. We're gonna go left to right here, folks. We're gonna go milk carton way in back. Up front. And now for the target. And we're clean. Let's go see, check out that target. See how well that buckshot hits from this distance. All right. Well, every guy you see on here is definitely gonna be the buckshot. We got a couple in here and there. Oh, that was about, what, 3 or 4 shells, I'd say. The buckshot, maybe 3. Whatever we're aiming at, we would definitely hit. I mean, we got a good 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So from a distance, that's spread out a bit, but you definitely still hit your target. Self-defense from a distance. I mean, you'd be riddling them with some big balls of lead. So, but there's something to keep in mind too with buckshot. Different companies make their shells a little different. Some of them have some more like a material or a powder packed inside the shell. It keeps your buckshot from spreading out so much. The shells I was just shooting don't have that in there. That's why you got the old see-through, and you can see them a little bit cheaper on the market. They're going to spread out a little bit more than most buckshot. But still, for guys that spread out the most for buckshot, it's good accuracy, it's good hitting. And, well, that just leaves my favorite, the Slug. Let's get it done. Alright guys, a little trick of the trade too with the Mossberg 930, let alone semi-automatic shotguns, is unloading them. For the most part, what they tell you in the manuals is to push down the elevator, press the old release here, and you get a shell out. Well, you can do that. You can always rack the slide over and over, or you can do what a lot of people are not aware of. Push down your elevator and your rack at the same time. Get them down there together. Bam! Got a little auto unload there. Could be good for some situations, and maybe not for others. But hey, if you didn't know, you don't know. So I'm just letting you know, guys. Alright. Alright guys, it's time for the Slug. This bad boy here, the look of it again, is literally one big slug going out. Great for more of a long distance shooting. Hunting, self-defense. They're not inexpensive. They're gonna cost you. Slugs and buckshot aren't cheap. Birdshot, now you can get a box of 25 for $5-6 where I live. But anywho, let's give it a whirl. See how we do here on accuracy. Go for the center target, see what kind of accuracy I can get with the shotgun and slug from about 30 yards away. Well, whatever was behind the target was destroyed. I could see that much. Good God, and something to keep in mind with those slugs and buckshot, they're heavier loads. They're gonna have a lot more kick than that birdshot. Just something to keep in mind for your first time shotgun owners. Let's go check it out and see if I hit the broadside of a barn. Well, looks like I was a little high and tight. It's unmistakably the slugs went through right here. We are using a very small target. It's roughly about 7 to 8 inches across from quite a distance. The target below it would give you a bit more of a better representation of size, human being, yada yada yada. So, yeah, maybe if I took my time a little more, but I'm still hitting, you know, still hitting your target. And as you can see, it does quite the destruction. Although, if you're going to be using slugs on a regular basis, I might want to do something a little bit more in tune to a sight versus stock that come with a shotgun. If you're shooting from a distance away and want a bit more accuracy, I'd recommend that, especially the slug. I wouldn't know if I'd go so far as a scope, but maybe a red dot or just a better sight than the stock. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure out here. I hope you've enjoyed the Mossberg 930 Jam Pro Series. I love this guy. I highly recommend it. Maintenance is not that bad on it whatsoever. It's extremely reliable. I've put through at least 400 or 500 rounds out of this guy. And yeah, price-wise in the market, you're looking around $600 to $700 for this beautiful, beautiful tool that I refer to as my baby. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching Jesse James 50 Cal. We'll catch you next time. Adios.